In the high-stakes world of general aviation, emergencies don't give you time to think. That's why Cirrus introduced something revolutionary, SR G7 plus Series a one-button system designed to land the plane for you. This is Safe Return Autoland, a life-saving piece of aviation technology that does exactly what its name promises. It returns you safely to the ground, no pilot required. Cirrus has always been known for pushing boundaries. From the early days of composite aircraft to the signature Cirrus airframe parachute system caps, they've consistently made flying safer. But with the G7 plus Safe Return Autoland, Cirrus has gone one step further, automating the most dangerous part of flying: the emergency landing, especially when the pilot is incapacitated. Picture this. You're cruising at 10,000 feet. The pilot slumps over, panic sets in. But instead of scrambling to remember emergency procedures, you reach up and press a single button on the ceiling. The plane immediately takes control. It identifies your location, communicates with air traffic control, calculates the nearest airport, and begins descent, calmly, intelligently, automatically. This isn't science fiction, it's here now. The system leverages Garmin's revolutionary Autoland technology. When Safe Return is activated, it becomes the pilot. It uses the aircraft's autopilot, GPS, weather data, terrain mapping, and traffic avoidance systems to determine a safe route to the nearest airport. Then, it executes the landing gear down, flaps deployed, descent stabilized. Safe Return Autoland also broadcasts a digital voice to passengers, reassuring them that everything is under control. Autoland is activated. The airplane is now landing at the nearest suitable airport. Please remain calm. This reduces panic and offers clarity in the most stressful moments. Even someone with zero flight experience can understand and trust what's happening. But how does it pick the airport? The system doesn't just pick the nearest strip of pavement. It considers runway length, wind conditions, traffic, weather, and even the slope of the terrain. It calculates in real time, analyzing data from multiple avionics systems to decide on the safest and most accessible option. It can even reroute mid-descent if conditions change unexpectedly. The descent profile is just as intelligent. The system calculates a gradual, passenger-friendly descent while managing fuel consumption, terrain, and airspace restrictions. It ensures the aircraft stays within safe margins of altitude and airspeed. This isn't just about automation, it's about emulating the decision-making of an experienced pilot under pressure. As the aircraft approaches the chosen airport, Safe Return communicates with air traffic control, broadcasting its location, intentions, and expected arrival time. Controllers are kept in the loop, allowing them to clear the airspace and prioritize the emergency. Human coordination meets automated precision, creating a perfect balance of safety and technology. Landing is the most critical moment. The system lowers the landing gear, configures flaps for stability, and adjusts its glide slope. Touchdown is smooth, calculated, and fully autonomous. The plane applies brakes, slows to taxi speed, and even shuts down the engine upon stopping. It's not just a landing, it's a complete, end-to-end emergency procedure. The Safe Return system is paired seamlessly with CAPS, the Cirrus airframe parachute system. If conditions don't allow for a safe landing, say you're flying over mountainous terrain, the parachute can still be deployed. This redundancy ensures that passengers have more than one lifeline in critical moments. Safety isn't optional, it's layered. The system isn't just designed for pilots, it's built for families, spouses, and non-aviators. Cirrus understands that private aircraft aren't just flown by professionals. They're often flown by parents, partners, friends. The button is placed overhead in plain view, labeled clearly. Push it, and you give the aircraft and your loved ones a fighting chance. But what happens if you're mid-flight and ATC is unavailable or out of range? The system still works. It calculates terrain, identifies potential airports, and proceeds to landing entirely autonomously. Safe Return doesn't rely on human input. It's self-contained, aware, and designed to operate even in the worst-case communication failures. This innovation wasn't born overnight. It's the product of years of collaboration between Cirrus and Garmin. Garmin's G3000 avionics suite provides the digital backbone. Machine learning, real-time sensor input, and constant updates ensure the system stays ahead of unpredictable scenarios. It learns, adjusts, and acts like a human pilot would, only faster. For many in aviation, Autoland represents the dawn of a new era. It removes a massive burden from pilots, giving them peace of mind knowing their passengers can safely land the plane without their input. It also reduces risk for nervous flyers, especially those who travel with loved ones. This isn't just tech, it's trust. Training with Safe Return is simple. Cirrus flight school is now included as part of their curriculum. Simulators walk you through real-life scenarios. You learn when to activate it, what to expect, and how it performs. Instructors emphasize that it's not a crutch, it's a backup. It's your silent co-pilot, always ready but never intrusive. From a design standpoint, the system is incredibly intuitive. No touchscreen maze, no complex sequence. Just one button, push it, the plane does the rest. In an emergency, clarity is everything. Cirrus and Garmin made sure that even under extreme stress, the solution is obvious, accessible, and instant. That's intelligent design in action. Critics have raised questions about over-reliance on automation. Could pilots lose essential skills if systems like Safe Return become too common? Cirrus argues the opposite. They believe that giving pilots more options increases safety and confidence. Knowing that the plane has your back allows you to focus on flying better, not fearing failure. Insurance companies are also taking notice. Aircraft with Safe Return may receive lower premiums in the future. Fewer accidents, fewer fatal outcomes. It's a win for underwriters. This could lead to broader industry adoption as more aircraft manufacturers integrate similar systems into their fleets. The ripple effects are just beginning. The FAA certified the Autoland system after rigorous testing. Multiple scenarios were simulated: low visibility, communication loss, pilot blackout. In every test, the system performed flawlessly. Regulators praised the technology not just for its functionality, but for its user-centered design. It's one of the most thoroughly vetted systems ever flown. Families of pilots are perhaps the biggest fans. Spouses and children who once worried every time their loved one took off now have peace of mind. The one-button solution is more than a feature, it's a promise. That no matter what happens in the air, the aircraft can still bring them home. That promise changes how people fly. Cirrus is already looking ahead. The G7 is just the beginning. Future models may feature expanded Autoland capabilities, like crosswind handling, multi-airport rerouting, and real-time video links for etc. As AI continues to evolve, the line between human and automated flying will blur, but in a way that prioritizes safety and accessibility. Other companies are following suit. Piper and Dower are integrating similar systems. The industry is shifting. What was once exclusive to commercial jets is now becoming standard in general aviation. And Cirrus, with its G7 Plus Safe Return, has set the benchmark. It's no longer a question of if Autoland is coming, it's already here. In the end, Safe Return Autoland is about one thing: trust. Trust that technology can step in when we fall short. Trust that passengers don't need flight school to survive a crisis. Trust that innovation can bring us home. With one button, Cirrus and Garmin have done just that. They haven't just built a plane, they've built peace of mind.